Hey everybody, today is Wednesday, December 13th, and we're going for a drive with some pups. We've got Mr. Gray and Mr. Green in the back of the truck here, and we're taking them for a little bit of a ride, and we're gonna get them with a little bit of some adventure time so that they can be prepared for the ride home with their next families, and also just some general life experiences with traveling in vehicles, which is super important with your dogs. So I want to just talk to you for a second while I'm driving and explain a little bit about how we do things here. We've got this full-size 4-door Ram 2500 truck, and it's a late model truck. It's a year and a half old, and it's got like 36,000 miles on it. So we drive a lot, and there is a lot of puppy miles, that we call them, on this truck. Getting pups out to families and just doing everything we got to do with pups. So we have some customizations of this truck to help facilitate that process. And the back of the truck is obviously the regular back of the truck, but it has a shell on the back, but it's not your regular typical setup. We have a insulated shell, and then the bed of the truck has radiant barrier in the bed of the truck, so it basically keeps the back of the truck from becoming a sauna in the summer, and keeps it from becoming an ice box in the winter. So we have the windows in the back, so we can open up between the bed of the truck and the cab, and so that opens up between the two. We've got a kind of a partition barrier there, so pups can't just climb on through, and it's super useful for us when we're traveling with our dogs. When we're taking them with us wherever we're going, they can't just hop in the cab with us when we don't need that. And so anyways, it's one of those things where we've thought through a lot of logistics with our setup here, and it works really, really good. One other thing about the shell of the truck is that we have a UV blocking tint on the back window of the shell of the truck. So when we're headed a direction and the sun is just beating in from that back glass, it doesn't just turn the back of that truck into a solar oven of sorts. So we've just had really good success with the pups and traveling with them and having them be super comfortable, and all they have to worry about is just playing and having a good time back there. We put shavings, the wood shavings, in the bed of the truck. It also helps to dampen the sound and do a little bit of climate control insulating with those shavings. But it also makes sure that if the pups have an accident, then, you know, it just doesn't become, you know, a toilet bowl back there either. They're not just slipping and sliding around in their mess back there. Anyways, keeps them super clean, and the pups have a great time. They can poke their head up into the window cab area and see how we're doing, and we can hear them back there and toss them some treats and things like that whenever needed. And so anyways, everything's just a super good setup. Really happy with how everything goes back there. We've put on a lot of miles, so we've been not coast to coast, but we've definitely been from the Rocky Mountains to the DC and back with puppies and driving and whatnot. So it's just worked out really well for us. So Mr. Green and Mr. Gray, they're in the back. They're just getting used to that. It's not their first time. We've driven actually several times with them, doing a few different things. We like to take the pups with us on occasion when we're doing things. So we're just gonna go out and have a little adventure with them today, take a video of them, and hopefully help you see a little bit more about Mr. Gray. So Mr. Gray is available still. When the pups were born, we had enough deposits, I believe, for all the pups to go to homes, but obviously life can throw a few curveballs and we had a couple of families need to postpone getting a pup, and so Mr. Gray remained available. So nothing against him. He was just one of those scenarios where there's always going to be a last pup chosen, and when you consider, you know, a litter and everything else like that, it doesn't necessarily mean that the last pup has problems, anything like that. There's nothing that I would consider like a defect or something that makes him any less of any of other pups that we have. And obviously we're biased, but Mr. Gray, he's still a great pup. So him and Green are getting to get an adventure here this beautiful sunny December day. It's not cold outside, so we're just gonna let the spotlight shine on Mr. Gray for a little bit for this video and let you enjoy them here. And so we feel like Mr. Gray's gonna be the right match for a family that's ready for a pup, and we'd like to show him off to you. We hope you enjoyed today's video, so hang tight while we get to our destination, not too far away here, and we'll let them get out and play and have a great time. Hey. Hey. Hey, come on. Come on. Hey. Hey, pups. Hey, Mr. Gray. Hey. Here you go. Mr. Gray. Hey, up, 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 puppy, Mr. Green. Come on. Hey, hey, puppies. Hey. Hey, hey, pups. Hey, pups. Hey, hey. Hey, puppies. Hey. Mr. Gray. Come here, Mr. Gray. Hey, pups. Mr. Gray. Mr. Gray. Hey. Hey. Hey, hey puppies, hey. Hey, hey, good boy, good boy. There's your toy. There it is. You both got your toy. Mr. Gray. Mr. Gray. Hey, 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 hey. Hey, hey, hey. Hey, 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 hey. Hey. Green. Green. So puppies' attention spans are quite short. You'll notice that the pups get tired of playing with the ball early on, and then they move on to the stick, and then they got tired of that, and they had played around and run around, explored, you know, they went up by the truck, came back down to me, they would play with me for a while, then they would explore out a little bit. It's called what I call it ranging out. Every dog has a different comfort range that they go to, so sometimes they will range out farther than others, and the Vizsla breed has it kind of in their instinct to report back and not just follow their nose endlessly. So you'll notice that they range out and then they return, and they come to me frequently when I request it and I call to them. They also, after they got kind of bored with the area, that's when I pulled out the treats and kind of reignited their interest levels. So basically a playtime ended with a treat and training time will give you your best results when training your dog. So get your dog into an area that they get bored with. Get your dog into an area that there isn't distractions and toys that they are interested in, and then start your training and treat process, because then they're way more focused on what you have to offer and what you're trying to do, and you'll have great success with your training processes. So that's just a pattern that I followed with these dogs today, with these pups, is let them do their thing, let them explore and manifest what comes naturally, instinctively to them, and then start to add to that with the human expectations that we have for them to start to develop habits and patterns and expectations with recall and sit, stay, heel, all of those things. So you'll notice that as I do the treat process, they get so excited that they almost can't focus on just eating. They get so excited that they bump it out of my hands, that they, they're jumping all over me. So expect that with your puppy, that even just introducing treats to them just to get their attention is going to elicit all sorts of unwanted behavior. That's normal and that's expected with the early stages of the training process. Pretty soon they're gonna figure out they've got to work to get that treat, but to start with every training session, basically they get a treat just for paying attention to us, just for coming and being around us. That is a reward in and of itself, or excuse me, an action in and of itself that warrants a reward. And so pretty soon you're gonna start withholding that treat, and the wheels in their head are gonna start turning and saying, what do I gotta do to get another one of those bad boys? So a high value treat, a high value reward is going to help keep their interest in you when they have a very short attention span. Don't be surprised if even with a treat, you might only get a 5-minute training session out of them before it's apparent that their mind is starting to go other places. They're very smart. Their mind will move from one thing to the next, and as they get older, that's when their attention span is also going to grow as they grow, and you'll be able to accomplish more in one training session with more time that they're willing to give to you. So hopefully a few of those little tidbits will be of value to you as you watch this video. So I guess one of the biggest takeaways for today's video is that we are really well set up for traveling with pups, and it's not out of reach for us to do about 950 miles in a day. So that's kind of round trip capacity for us. Obviously, if we have to go farther than that, then it ends up being an overnight stay and whatnot. That sometimes we can make that work out, but it does create some more logistics for us to figure out. So basically, if you are within some driving capacity of us, then and you feel like Mr. Gray is a good match for you, then let's try to make something come together with some transportation options, because we might be too far for you to get to us, but you're close enough for us to get to you. With everything you have going on in your life and schedule, we know people can be busy sometimes, and it might just be a little bit tricky for you to carve out a block of time for getting here to get your pup to you. So let us know if we can get the pup to you, if that makes things come together for a match for Mr. Gray with your family. And we're gonna get the pups loaded up and headed back on the road. It's just a short drive to home from here, and these pups have had an excellent outing, great conditioning for traveling and just playing out in a new space and things like that. So hope you enjoyed this video.